Hi, my name is Jon Junejo. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm 18 years old, and I'm just here to talk to you about the flood and everything. Can I just say, look how impressive this crowd is. Look how impressive it is. Like, at the dinner, there's going to be so many hundreds and hundreds of people, and yet for these presentations that they're talking about our inflicted homeland, look at this. I mean, this is you guys, you know? I mean, I try to do as much as I can. I mean, there's someone talking on the phone right there doing their presentation. There's someone talking amongst themselves, you know, over their presentation, whatever. So let's talk about this. So, you know, this is pathetically easy to do. What I did, it was August 22nd, I think, and I was in Chicago with my mom. And I was in the hotel, and I watched CNN. And this is CNN, not Fox News. This is CNN. This is the reputable news source. And I remember seeing, within 2 weeks of the flood, 1 week of the flood, there had been $1 million sent to Red Cross. That's compiled money. Haiti, what happened in Haiti, you know, there was a huge devastation in Haiti as well. But in the same time that it took for us, for Pakistan, to get $1 million to Red Cross for a flood, $500 million was sent to Red Cross on behalf of Haiti. $500 million. This is ridiculous. We need to help ourselves first before we help others. Everyone knows that. But what are we doing? Nothing. So when I went back to school, it was summer, right? So I went back to school, starting out my senior year, and I asked my dean if I could maybe do a presentation that would get some more money to this cause. And you know, I ended up raising $3,000 just with everybody with a bake sale. And I didn't have to use any pictures, I didn't have to use any of that. And I got $3,000. Now, if we really try, if we actually use our minds and actually, you know, do what we're capable of, more than we're capable of, it's so easy to do this. Look at me. I have cigarettes on my shirt to look cool, and I can do it. This is how easy it is. Basically, my point is that if anybody really wants to help out, it doesn't matter if you're, 5 years old, it doesn't matter if you're 50 or 80 or 90. You can do it. All you have to do is get this cause across. I live in the reddest state in the nation, the most Republican state. I live in a state full of Mormon religious fanatics. And so to get this cause across, I had to make sure that, they didn't have anything that would deter them from really donating to this cause, because a lot of people think Pakistan is just full of terrorism, full of this. I had to address that in my speech that I made on behalf of the school. I had to tell them, yeah, Pakistan does have some terrorist communities, but so does America, so does Britain, so does every single country. You have to make sure that your audience listens to you, and they will not listen to you if they have things that prevent them from donating. Basically, my point is that sin, yes, it is the most effective part. And yet, as I said, I mean, look at this audience. This is nothing. We are capable of so much more. We do so much more. We have this amazing youth that is capable of so much, and yet they're not doing anything. They're going in their room, and they're eating pizza and donuts, and they're just chatting amongst themselves. Let's talk about the women. I'm going to talk about the women at the women's meeting as well, but let's talk about the women. Most of the women aren't doing anything either. They're capable of a lot as well. They're capable of much more than their husbands think that they're capable of. And as long as they start to show that, until they start to stand up to their husbands, stand up to everybody, they will not do anything. They will not do anything unless they do that. So I addressed the youth, I addressed the women. Let's talk about the men. What are the men doing? The men they're doing one of two things. They're either keeping their woman, satisfying their woman. They're just keeping their woman, uninvolved from these things, or they are. And it's usually the first thing. They're really not. They're not taking the initiatives that they need to take in order for there to be an actual result in Pakistan. This is a country that comes under fire every single day from every news station. People think that it is full of terrorism and it's full of these bad people, but the people that were affected and sinned, let's be honest, I mean, they really aren't capable of doing any destruction. They're nice people. I used to live there, I know. I mean, people are so nice, they can't even, they're not even able to hurt a fly. I mean, they're so nice, and yet these people are getting affected in this horrible, horrendous way. People are dying. There are so many homeless people in Pakistan right now just because of the flood. And sure, I mean, Zardari isn't doing anything to prevent this from happening because he's a terrible president, but still, we still need to take into account that we are people. We are the majority. Let's do something. Let's get involved, and let's make sure that this devastation or the next devastation will not create as much entropy, as much negative entropy as it has already created. Let's do it. Let's start now. Thank you.
Well, you'll find my presentation pretty dull after that kind of speech. I think we would have more results if more people would have listened to that. So I'm going to keep my thing short because I have to go back to these youngsters. I think that's more worthy of our time than my presentation. So I'll just try to be very, very brief.